Hello everyone, Veno here, and in this video I'm going to show you my league starter for the Settlers of Kalgor League in Path of Exile, with all the melee skills and the endurance charges getting buffed, and also rage and Warcry. I'm going to try out Tectonic Slam using Warcry and also rage with a Berserker. As you can see, this build has a decent DPS and also some layers of defense using the endurance charges. So this would be the later build, because to play this build as a Berserker, I'm going to need two items to work together. It's Arn's Anguish that has brutal charges, but if I'm using this belt, I won't have any endurance charges. I only have brutal charges, and that's why I'm going to use it with Relakesh Impatience. This will help me count as having maximum number of endurance charges. So I'm going to have brutal charges and endurance charges all together. So before I get to these items, I'm going to play as a Juggernaut. Okay, here. Okay, so as a Juggernaut, I'm going to take the Unflinching for the endurance charge generation and maximum endurance charges, and also Unrelenting for extra defenses. I'm going to take Untiring for the life regen and also Unstoppable. That's why, because I'm going to use Resolute Technique. I don't need Undeniable with Resolute Technique. It's useless. Not really useless, but I don't need attack speed. And I'm going to take Untiring because I'm going to play with regeneration. Endurance charges gives us a lot of regen with the new Enduring Cry. So first, let's see the tree here. We're going for all the points that we can for the endurance charges. So we get here 1, we have 4, 5 with this one, 6, and 7. We have 7 endurance charges that will help us sustain our life and be tankier, and also will grant us 4% elemental damage reduction per endurance charge and 1% elemental reduction, physical reduction per endurance charge. And here we have 1% for each one per endurance charge extra. And for another defensive layer, I'm going to take the Fortify Mastery here to get fortified. So other than that, we're going to use a two-hand axe to play, and until we'll get to those two items, I'm going to play with Legacy of Fury. Of course, it's not mandatory. You can play some other boots, but this gives us a lot of damage. And also, as we're playing with Rage, even if we're Juggernaut with axes, we can play with Rage. Here we have gain 1 rage on a hit with axes, gain 2 rage on hit with axes. Here we have 1 rage on melee hit, plus 10 maximum rage. Also here we have rage that gives us armor, very good to our defenses. As you can see, if I don't take this node here, I'm going down like 5,000, more than 5,000 armor. Also here we have maximum rage, rage gain on hit, and also maximum rage, and to gain 2 rage on melee hit. Also I take the rage mastery for +7 to maximum rage, even though we lose rage 20% faster. We have a lot of rage on hit, and I think we can sustain our rage pretty good at 65. I don't think it would be a problem. Okay, and the next thing that I want to show you, it's the Warcries that are new. Okay, basically we're going to play with Enduring Cry, Intimidating Cry, and Infernal Cry being automated with auto exertion. Basically this is a trigger spell that triggers the Enduring Cry, Intimidating Cry, and Infernal Cry whenever their cooldown is over. This means that I will have them like almost every time, because the Warcries get increased cooldown recovery rate per quality. So I'm going to go for 23 quality, and with enhance I'm going to get more quality to the gems. The good part is playing with a 200 weapon and an armor, we can have 2 6 links. So I'm going to 6 link this. I'm not really sure if I can use Enlighten, because on their website, on the Bowie wiki, it says at the auto exertion, this skill's mana reservation is the total of the mana reservations of supported skills and cannot be further modified. I'm not sure if this means that Enlighten cannot modify this, but in the POB it looks like it modifies it. I have 15%, and without the Enlighten I have 11%. Anyway, we can use it without the Enlighten, sorry. So no problem there. It's okay, we can leave it like this. Okay, so the thing is, Enduring Cry gives us 2% life regen per second per 5 power. So this means that at maximum 25 power it gives us 10% life regen. That is a lot. As you can see, I click this one, I enable it, and the regen doesn't change. So I'm not sure if POB calculates everything correctly. Here the damage changes, so I think it's okay, but at the Enduring Cry I don't really know why it doesn't work. I'm not sure. Let's try again. So we'll see, but it should work. Also at Infernal Cry, as you can see, I click it and everything works. There's no problem there. So Infernal Cry grants 5% of physical damage as extra fire, also per 5 power. This is huge. It gives us 25% of physical as extra fire. And also here, I'm going to change, I guess, Intimidating Cry to Ancestral Cry, just to have more defenses. And I'm going to use here where was it? Yes, Intimidating Cry. I'm going to use it here. I don't know what I did wrong. So I'm going to leave it like this, and we'll see. Okay, Infernal Cry, and I'll put here where Ancestral Cry. as you can see, Ancestral Cries gives me plus 1% to all maximum res per 10 power up to a maximum of 30. So this means plus 3 to all maximum res, and when I enable it, nothing happens. I'm not really sure why, but that's what it is, and we'll see in the game. You just have to know we're going to use these three as automated cries, and one other cry as the one that you have to click. You can choose whichever you want to click. There is no rule here. Okay, so the other thing about the war cries is that we have here some points, some nodes that we take that increases the Warcry buff effect. For example, this node that increases the Warcry buff effect by 20%. This means that our Warcries will be more powerful than this one, than what we see here. So if we have like 50% increased buff effect, this means that we'll get 3% life regen here, and also here we get more movement speed and more physical damage as extra fire. But as you can see, if we unclick this, if you're not taking this node here, nothing happens to our damage. It only says we're losing some life regen. I don't know why this happens. I guess it's not really made for the last patch yet. Anyways, we have some increased war buff effects, and this is really good. Like we have here 30% increased buff effect, and also here we have plus 5, 10, 10, and 20% more. Also, enemies taunted by Warcries have take 8 increased damage. So when we use a Warcry, if we use the Warcry here, as you can see, we have this this checkbox here. If we unclick it, we lose like 300,000 damage. If we taunt the enemy, it will take more damage. Okay, so also what we do now, we go here and see all the items. Apart from Legacy of Fury and the Bear Griddle for plus 10 to maximum rage, and nearby enemies are crushed while have at least 25 rage. We don't really need anything special. Natural affinity is good, but you don't really need it. It gives you double damage. Of course, you lose some damage and some defenses, but it's not very important. We can take these nodes and, I don't know, maybe use this one for the double damage with the weapon that we can craft double damage. And also here we'll take 40% increased damage on hits, maybe, or maybe want to be a little tankier, we'll take this one for more HP. It all depends on what you want. As you can see, at the damage, it's pretty much the same. This is only for damage and extra damage, less damage taken from this. Okay, so this is the setup for the Marauder, for the Juggernaut, and we're going to change to Berserker here, and let's see. So this is for the Berserker. Now it's pretty much the same thing. We're not using natural Nature's Patience. We can use it, and we can lose some other nodes. It's your choice. It's not that much of a difference in terms of defenses, and also not much difference in terms of damage, because we can lose these points here or here and get here a million. So let's see, if we take this one, we get to about the same amount. The only thing that makes a difference here is if we take this one, this gives us double damage chance, and we no longer use double damage because of the Arm's Anguish. The brutal charges gives us plus 3% chance to deal triple damage per brutal charge. So we have let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, we have 7 and 7 brutal charges. This means we have 21% chance to deal triple damage, and we're taking this node, so we have 24% chance to deal triple damage. So yeah, that's why we are not taking this one anymore, but later we can go for a cluster jewel and make it even better. This is just a setup without anything fancy, anything expensive. As you can see here, we have some jewels. It may be expensive, but you don't need all this. Maybe you need some life, maybe you need some damage, maybe you need the intel, because we'll need some intel for the skill gems, and also here as well. Here later we can go for Forbidden Flesh with Forbidden Flame to get kept at higher res, and also we'll get some elemental damage leech, because with a Berserker we only have 944 life regen. And at the Berserker here, we're taking the Warbringer. That helps us have twice as many exerted attacks. We're taking Aspect of Carnage. That gives us more damage. Also, we take more damage, but it's not that big of a difference in terms of the damage taken. But if you see here, we lose like 5 million DPS for this node. And also, we get Crave the Slaughter and Rite of Ruin. That gives us increased rage effect. And here we're losing some rage. We're having we have only 53 rage because we're not using the Bear's Griddle anymore because of the Arn Anguish. And also we're not taking these points here. We can take Vengeance if you want. You can take it and you can lose another point. So if you like armor, you can take this one and it will give you like 15,000 to 22,000. Yes, it will give you like 7,000 more armor, but then you'll have to lose some damage. You can choose which one you want to lose. For example, this one. Now we only have 4 million DPS, but we have more armor here, and we can, I don't know, maybe get tankier with +1 to all maximum res. You would need a jewel that has corrupted blood cannot be inflicted to you, or you can take this node here. So yes, that's basically it. The configuration here, it's 14 million to a standard boss, 18 million for no boss. Let's see here, level 85. For Guardian Pinnacle boss, it's like 12 million. Of course, we have everything activated. We have exposure here from the gauntlets, from the implicit, from the, I think, Searing Arch, yes, or Eater of War. I don't really remember. And also the enemy is covered in ash from this point here. If we stayed 2 seconds, if we're 2 seconds stationary, if not, the damage will go down a little bit. Also, the enemy is intimidated because we have rage. This will always be active. We are fortified because our melee hits fortify. Let's see what else do we have here. Yes, basically that's it. We're in Sand Stance because we're using Flesh and Stone and Herald of Ash. You can use these two without the Enlighten. I put the Enlighten here, but it's not mandatory. You need 46 mana, and for the rings also, if you can craft on them non-channeling skills, minus 7 mana for non-channeling skills, it will get better. So yeah, basically that's it. I will put the POB in the description. I don't really make build guides, but I really want to show you my my league starter. Please let me know what you think and maybe help me improve it, because I'm not an expert. And I will see you in the league start. Please let me know also what build are you playing, and let's have fun with the new league. Thanks for watching. Bye.